So, one of the 4th episodes that I made on this channel was pot noodle nuggets. Click the link if you want to see that. Came out brilliantly. Sriracha dip ruined an omelette. Good times were had by all. Thought it was about time to revisit this concept. Yep, it's a different flavour this time. Bombay Badboy Bhajis inbound. So, standard pot noodle preparation procedure. Kettle, foil, little sachet of soy or what's in this one? Oh, it's hot sauce. Don't need to get that anyway, go away. Boiling water up to the fill level. Stirry stir, there we go. Get this foil lid back on. Now, this is where I'm going to deviate from the norm, and instead of leaving this for 3 to 5 minutes, I'm going to leave it overnight. I want all of that sauce to get completely absorbed by the noodles. One side and come back tomorrow. Okay, so day 2, and I'm going to crack on with the bulk of this dish. So obviously the single most important part of any curry is the spice mix. And luckily for us, those helpful chaps over at Unilever have done all of that for us. So get 2 of these this time, I think. And now all of this lovely spice blend is just sitting there waiting for us ready to use. Now let's saute off some diced white onion and a few tablespoons of oil. Medium heat. When they're starting to go translucent, go in with... hang on. There you go. Then when translucent, go in with some of that spice blend. There you go, that looks as good as we could expect it to. Transfer this to a saucepan, then go in with a 1/4 sieve full of yellow split peas, washed. Get all of those out. A few cherry tomatoes, roughly chopped into quarters. Could be any sort of tomatoes to be honest, but I still had half a punnet of these ready to go. Quick mix to get everything evenly distributed, then in with, I guess, about 1.5 pints of cold water. Let's add the rest of that spice mix. And let this simmer away until the dal is tender. Now, remember that pot noodle that we made and left to one side until it was needed? The time has come. And yeah, nice block of overdone noodles, just what we want. Now we can add in that little sachet of hot sauce. There we go, this into a bowl with some gram flour. Start that stirring off. Now add in just enough cold water to make a relatively thick batter. Put a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, there we go, lovely. There we go, that's our bhaji mix. Pan of hot oil and get these fried. About 5 minutes until they're a cliched shade of golden brown. Now they look nice. Crispy as sin, I am looking forward to these. I did promise another side though, so let's have a look at a paratha. If anyone who actually knows how to pronounce these words is watching this, I'm sorry, but... So let's start off with a nyuk of plain flour, bit of vegetable oil, salt, is it just the focus again? Cold water, just enough to bring it into a shaggy dough. That looks about right, pretty wet but it should work well enough. Let's get this board floured and let's get the dough kneaded. Here's another one of them shots where I seem to forget I've got 2 hands. Anyway, just knead this until it starts to look a bit neater. There we go. Now this will do about 4 parathas, I think, so cut this into eighths. It does make sense, just wait a minute. Let's get one of these a bit rounder, just so it's easy to work with. Flour the board, flour the pin, and get this rolled out nice and thin. There we go. Now, spoonful of pot noodle into the middle of the dough. Smooth that out into an even layer. Looks good. Now drape another one of these flatbreads over this. Seal the edges. And now roll this out flat again. Great. Bit of oil into a pan. Now when it's hot enough, let's get this into the... Oh no. Why is it doing this? Okay, hang on. I'm gonna have to... Okay, hang on. I'm gonna have to go... Right. Okay, it kind of fell apart, but I've sort of managed to salvage it. Now, I'm not about to waste food over cosmetic issues. Sometimes you just gotta roll with the punches and adapt on the fly. So instead of a stuffed paratha, we've got stuffed paratha shards. Same thing, just a bit smaller and a lot scruffier. All happy? Yes, no, don't care, good, moving on. Just toast these off in the oil for a few minutes until they get this nice toasted colour. Just keep flipping them. Interesting little side note I'd stumbled on when I was trying to rescue them breads. If you ever fancy making a flatbread but you just can't be asked with flouring it and rolling it, apparently you don't need to. Just get a ball of dough, it's the same one I use for the paratha. Get this into the middle of a pan, which is just on a low to medium heat. Then just start pressing it out with a rubber spatula. Speed through this. There you go. By the time it's flattened, it should be ready to flip. Yeah, there you go. A few minutes on the other side just to get it even. Don't need to keep pressing it now though. Now the trade-off with this is that you get a lot less control over the thickness and consistency, but it does the job well enough for them days when you just can't be bothered. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think that looks alright. A little bit more brittle than most flatbreads, especially towards the edges where I pushed it maybe a bit thinner, but it tastes fine. And as an edible spoon, I can see this doing the job just as well as anything else you can get. I was in the middle of an episode, wasn't I? Hang on. Played up. Right, so get some butter into a little pan. Normally you do these dal curries with a dadka, which is basically ghee or clarified butter melted, and then you warm that through with some aromats like mustard seeds or some garlic. Lime leaves could be good maybe. Cumin seeds would be good, or fenugreek. So here are them little sauce sachets. Bit more butter, why not? Stir that in. Stir that together and let it warm. Bring on the dal. Is that a thing anywhere else? Do you get the reference? Let me know in the comments. Pour this buttery hot sauce over. Not gonna lie, that actually looks quite good. Okay, few Bhajis, failed flatbreads, and there. Bombay Badboy Bhajis. And a few other things that don't have pleasingly alliterative names. Alrighty, let's try some. Quick close-up of this. You can see them split peas have held their shape. Bit of tomato in there. How's it taste? Oh dear. I don't know if anyone's ever tried thickening a curry sauce with wallpaper paste before, but I imagine it's quite similar in texture to this. Nice generic curry flavour. What about these flatbreads? No use. That curry's just overpowering everything. Let's try them on their own. Alright, yeah, they're quite nice actually. Pot noodly flavour works quite well in this. Guessing it would have been even nicer if they hadn't fallen apart, but well, hey. Few little noodly shards in this too. Nice little collection of textures. What about the Bhajis? I'm looking forward to these. Nice crispy texture on the outside, which is exactly what you want. What about the inside? Okay, that looks pretty doughy actually. Look at that. That's not... Maybe it'll be cakey. Let's give it a chance. Right, no, okay, that's just truly unpleasant. At least with an onion bhaji, it's got a little bit of variation, but this is just carb on carb. Even the noodle nuggets had a cheesy protein in them as a binding agent. See that's how it's disintegrating as you're eating it. Okay, is there anything redeeming to this episode? What about the spicy butter stuff? Yeah, right, that's not bad. Buffalo sauce, kinda. Well, we may as well just go for it at this point. Flatbread base, dollop of dal, bhaji lid. How's that? Yep, foul. This is just a bad dish. I think we've said everything we need to say here, haven't we? Oh, wait, no, that improvised flatbread thing. Yeah, the thing I didn't bother rolling, where's that gone? Aha, here we go, yeah. That's not too bad. I know, the dal, but if you just want to make a few of these flatbreads and a little bowl of that buttery hot sauce, you've got a half-decent snack at least. And on that note, we've salvaged something from this after all, hooray! I suppose the only thing left to ask is what flavour pot noodle should I tackle next time? Let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. While you're down there, hit the subscribe button because it really does help the channel out. Like the video if you liked the video. Like the video if you didn't like the video anyway, because I like attention. And while we're on that, share it with anyone else that you want to low-key torture as well. It's all useful. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to go rinse the taste out of my mouth. And until next time, get forked.